that all men have inalienable rights to think freely, to talk freely, to write freely their own opinions, and to counter or utter or write upon the opinions of others.
This is from the Creed of the Church of Scientology. Hey everybody, I'm Holly, aka the ScientoloGeek, and I want to welcome you all to the 13th episode of Going Over the Student Hat series. Now, today we're going to be going over two bulletins, one about the different methods of word clearing and one purely about seeing a word clearer. They're both pretty short. They just take up a lot of pages due to their large pictures. So, if you guys end up liking this video, hit the like button. If you don't, hit dislike. I don't really care. Comment with your feedback or questions, good, bad, or sideways, and subscribe to be kept up to date on future content. I don't know why my glasses are always crooked. Hit the notification bell to make sure that my videos are getting to you, and share this with your friends, your family, anybody you want to share this with so you can show them how crazy this really is and how much of a focus these people put on the misunderstood word and these barriers to study. Without any further ado, let's get started. So the first HCOB we have is called The Different Types of Word Clearing from 1 July 1971, revised the 11th of January 1989.
There are 9 distinct methods of word clearing. Method 1. This is done by meter in session. A full assessment of many subjects is done. The auditor then takes each reading subject and clears a chain back to earlier words and/or words in earlier subjects until he gets a floating needle, VGIs. The list of subjects is reassessed and handled until the entire list of floating needles on assessment. Method 2. This is a metered action of clearing up words in specific materials. The materials are read by the student while on a meter, and the misunderstood word is found by meter read. Then it is fully defined by dictionary. The word is then used several times in sentences of the student's own verbal composing. The misunderstood area is then reread until understood. When the person is constantly FNing on the materials being word cleared, the end phenomena has been reached.
Could you imagine relying on that machine to know when you don't understand something? That's torture.
Method 3. Method 3 word clearing is the method of finding a student's misunderstood word by having him look earlier in the text than where he is having trouble for a word he doesn't understand. When the student is not flying along or is not as bright as he was, he must look earlier in the text for a misunderstood word. The word is found and then looked up and used verbally several times in sentences of his own composition until he has obviously demonstrated he understands the word. When any misunderstood words are cleared and the student is bright, uptone, etc., he's told to come forward studying the text from where the misunderstood was to the area of the subject he did not understand. Method 4. Tech and admin cramming officers, word clearers, and course supervisors use Method 4 word clearing when fishing for a misunderstood word. Method 4 fishes for the misunderstood word, finds it, clears it to FN, looks for another in the area until there are no more with an FN VGIs. The person doing the word clearing then moves to another area, handles that. Eventually, all misunderstoods that resulted in the cramming order or non-floating needle students are handled. Method 5. This is a system wherein the word clearer feeds words to the person and has him define each. It's called material clearing. Those the person cannot define must be looked up. This method may be done without a meter. It can also be done with a meter. The word clearer asks, "What is the definition of blank?" The person gives it. If there's any doubt whatever of it, or if the person is the least bit hesitant, the word is looked up in a proper dictionary. This method is the method used to clear words or auditing commands or auditing lists.
Again, imagine just because you don't know the definition of a word, but you understand how to use it. I don't know the definition of the word the. I know how to use it in proper context. Why do I need to look up the definition? I guess it's all about super literacy.
Method 6. This is called keyword clearing. It's used on posts and specific subjects. The word clearer makes a list of the key or most important words relating to the person's duties or post or the new subject. He looks up each word in the dictionary and writes down the definitions. The word clearer, without showing the person the definitions, asks him to define each word. The word clearer checks the definition on his list for general correctness, not word for word, but meaning. Any slow or hesitancy or misdefinition is met with having the person look the word up and look up any word in the definition the person does not have a grasp of. Method 7. Whenever one is working with children or foreign language persons or semi-literates, Method 7 reading aloud is used. In this method, the person is made to read aloud to find out what he is doing. The procedure is, have him read aloud. Note each omission or word change or hesitation or frown as he reads and take it up at once.
Somehow, that indicator is a misunderstood word. Just because you're not a perfect reader, just because you fuck up once, means you have a misunderstood word. I don't know where Hubbard gets the logic, and I don't know why these people buy it.
Correct it by looking it up for him or explaining it to him. By doing this, a person can be brought up to literacy. Method 8. This is an action used in the primary rundown where one is studying study tech or where one is seeking a full grasp of a subject. Its end product is superliteracy.
Oh, so this one has superliteracy.
On courses such as the primary rundown, where word clearing is the essence of the course, Method 8 is always done with a twin. Usually an alphabetical list of every word or term in the text of a paper, a chapter, or a recorded tape is available or provided.
Could you imagine doing this? The torture of just having to deal with every single word in alphabetical order.
The person and his twin alternate looking up each word on the alphabetical list and using each in sentences until they have the meaning conceptually. They then read or listen to the paper, chapter, or tape for its sense or general meaning. Method 4 word clearing is then done to find any misunderstoods. These are cleared up and the material is read or listened to again. When all the material has been done in this way, the students will be fully able to apply all the material.
No, they won't.
Method 9. Method 9 word clearing is an unmetered way of finding the words a person doesn't understand in a book or other written materials by having him read it aloud to the word clearer, who follows along in his own copy of the materials. Anytime the person makes an error in his reading or reacts in some non-optimum way, such as by changing a word, adding a word, leaving a word out, leaving off part of a word, stumbling on a word, hesitating or pausing or reading more slowly, frowning or looking stiff or uncertain, becoming tense, yawning or reading with effort, a misunderstood will always be found before that point or sometimes at that point itself. When this happens, the word clearer stops the student and asks for the misunderstood. When the word that was misunderstood is located, it is cleared in a dictionary. The student will brighten up and will begin reading clearly and correctly once again. The end result of a well-done Method 9 is a student who is certain he has no misunderstoods on the material so that he can easily study the material and apply it.
All right, let's go to The Secret of Fast Courses, which is the HCOB of 23 June 1971, revised 25 July 1987. So this is a student before. I guess he's spinny, as we see the little spinny spiral above his head. He's tired. He's dozing off. That's what the Z's. His statistical graph is going down. So I'm assuming that's pages he's gotten through.
Study trouble? Even a little? See the word clearer. Don't suffer. See the word clearer.
You did need to say it twice.
He'll help you a little. He'll help you a lot. A sweepingly fantastic discovery in the field of education.
This is so stupid. Now his graph is going up. And look at him. He's all bright, he's cheery, he's glowing with happiness and VG eyes.
I've been to the word clearer, and I use the misunderstood word tech when studying too. Word clearing. If it's used, your courses start running fast, your students start learning quickly, and it all starts going well.
So, what did we cover today? We learned that there are 9 methods to word clearing, and I'm going to quickly go over every single one of them. Method 1 is on the meter, where an assessment is done of multiple subjects. Any item that reads is taken up by the auditor, and earlier word and subject chains are cleared. The end phenomena is floating needle and VGIs, and the list is reassessed until the whole list has a floating needle. Method 2, materials are read by the student while they're on the meter, and the misunderstood is found via reading the meter. The word is cleared, and the misunderstood area is reread until it's understood. A constant FNing on the materials is the end phenomena. Method 3, when a student's not doing well on studying, possibly showing some of the physiological reactions of having hit the third barrier to study, he is told to look earlier in the text to find it. The word is cleared, and the EP is VGIs. The student then reads from the misunderstood word to the section where they were struggling. Method 4 is done with tech or admin cramming officers, word clearers, and course supervisors. The meter is used to find the word, the person clears it to a floating needle, and then looks for another word to clear. When no more words are found in the area, the person moves to another area, rinse and repeat. All misunderstoods leading to the cramming order or those that cause the student to not have a floating needle are handled. Method 5, the word clearer has the person define words verbally. Those words that can't be defined quickly are looked up. It can be done with or without a meter and is used to clear auditing commands, lists, or words. 6 is called keyword clearing and is used for a person's post or specific subjects. A list of important words are made by the word clearer and are to be defined verbally by the student. Any words not defined correctly with a general definition are looked up and cleared. Method 7 is done with children, foreign language, and semi-literate students. The student reads the materials aloud, and any flub or physiological reaction is taken up. The word clearer then looks up the word and explains it to the student. Method 8 has not been used since the 80s. Thank you, Chris Shelton, for that information. Twins go back and forth looking up words in an alphabetical list, where this list contains every single word in a piece of material, or in this case, say, an entire course pack. This often takes a very long time to complete, or took a very long time to complete. The material is then restudied to get a general sense or meaning. Method 4 is used then to find and clear individual MUs, and the goal is then for a student to be able to apply all of the material. Method 9 is done off the meter. A student reads materials aloud, and the word clearer follows along. Any problems reading the materials perfectly are taken up, and the MU is found at or before the point of struggle. The student clears the word and is supposed to brighten up. A student has done Method 9 correctly when they're certain they have no MUs on the material. And we've also learned that if you're having study trouble, see the word clear. I'm sure at some point I'm just going to have all these methods memorized. But they'll make for some decent demos, I'll say. If you guys want any access to the materials, flag orders, base orders, policy letters, technical bulletins, any of that stuff, feel free to email me at scientologeek@gmail.com, or you can go to the Discord server, link in the description below, and then send me a valid Gmail address, and I can send you an invite. I will talk to all of you later. See ya.